And we are live. Hello and welcome. This is How Not to Noob by me, Remethep, the one and only. So, in the first episode, we saw power. And then in the second episode, we refined ores into ingots and turned the ingots into components. So now we want to take those components, give me the 100 steel plates, and I want to build a block. I could, of course, just press 4 by default here and build a large light armor block. And this is large by default, by the way. No, it's not, because I am stupid. Sorry. I will do this. There. Forgot to turn the Space Master off. So this doesn't look like the other blocks, and that's because it's not done. I'm using my welder, which is on the 1 key, which is the completely normal starting welder. Okay, so I can see that it has 1 steel plate out of 20 and 5. Okay. The first number, the 20, is what is needed to make the block functional. The other number, the 5, is what is needed to weld it up, and those 5 will give it extra structural integrity, which is very important if you are planning, like me, or not planning, but crashing into planets. You should really have as much armor or HP, if you want to, for all your block as possible. So to weld, you just left click with your welder, and there we go. Done. Yeah, simple as that. Now, I have grown to hate this block. It's ugly and it's in the way, and I want to remove it. So I press 2 and I have my grinder equipped. So, grinding away. And in my inventory now, I now have the full 100 steel plate. Because this game is very, very rigged for recycling. And that is important. One important thing to note there is about batteries. The power cells in a battery, and using the welder I can see what components are in this battery. These 120 power cells, which take a fair bit to make, especially early game, will not be recycled. It is the only parts of something that will not be recycled in the vanilla game. And for those of you that have seen the 2 previous episodes, the battery is now filled. It's blinking between 3 and 4 blue bars, meaning that it's now filled to the brim with sweet, sweet power, most of it nuclear. But say that, okay, I want to play something other than the square armor block. If you see on the hotbar, where the block is on 4, you see that I have a plus sign on that block. That means that I can scroll using the mouse wheel between the different shapes. Light armor slopes, corners, inverted corners, half block slab, and half block slope. This is very, very nice for making cool shapes. But if I go to my second tab here, and you switch between the hotbar tabs by using Control and pressing the number. So Control 1 is the first tab. It's my first hotbar. Control 2, it's the second one. Simple as that. And I want to build, for instance, a catwalk. Yeah. I want to build a catwalk. First off, I can't build it because I need interior plate. You can see I need interior plate, 27 of those total, 20 small steel tube and 5 construction components. So I will go to my assembler and I could either just remember the components in my head and make those, which would be easy with this, or I can click this tab, which is the large blocks, since this is a large block, and press steel catwalk, and it will make it for me. Simple as that. And while that is cooking up, I will show you how to switch between grid sizes, because there are 2 sizes in the game. It's large, and all of this is large, where each block is 2.5 times 2.5 times 2.5 meters, and that goes no matter the size of the block. So if, for instance, I built here I can build a half block. Okay. I cannot make a composite block, so I can only have 1 block in that space. So I cannot build another half block right by it. That's somewhat annoying from time to time, but it's how it is. And if I want to switch the block size to the smaller ones, I just press the number for the block I want to place. In this case 4, once more. And I get a small block. And you can see the requirements, the component requirements here is 1 steel plate. And that's because this is way smaller. Because this is half a meter times half a meter times half a meter. So the large block takes up 25 times more components, which is one of the reasons why most people play around, at least in the beginning, with small ships, because you really don't have the stuff necessary to build the big stuff. But now, the interior plate has been made. I selected it. I'll select it again using the pressing G and finding the catwalk here. Or, since I'm blind as a bat and lazy now, and let's just double click that away from the menu, I'll go to the search bar here and type cat. Meow. And I want that block to not be where it is. I want it to be on the floor. So I'll use the insert, home, page up, delete, end, and page down keys to place it correctly. I think this is right. I will press the L key to turn on my light. Yep. And then Control 1 and press 1 to get to my welder. And now I have a perfectly fine catwalk. Very good. So now I won't fall off the edge. Getting better by the minute. And that will be it for now. The next time I'll talk a little bit about hand tools and a little bit about bottles, because I really need it. Okay. Have a good one. Bye.